Imagine you're a chef and you're trying to cook the perfect ride. Bear with me.
Just let him cook.
Alright, you need to assemble all your ingredients to make that perfect ride. Maybe a sprinkling of really nice summer weather, a dash of empty roads without any cars. How about a beautiful ferry ride as a little side dish? Mixing in a good route to tie it all together? No, not you. And finally the garnish on top, an awesome group to ride with. Pop it in the oven for a couple of hours and what do we have here? Something delicious. So why don't you sit back, relax, and enjoy this awesome adventure which had a little bit of everything that makes a great ride.
ISO Wendy's, where y'all from?
ISO Wendy's. Yeah.
You know when you wake up and you just know it's going to be a good day? Well, today was one of those days. I'm riding with an awesome group, Pastries CC. The route is one of my favorites in Sydney. It's called Ettalong. And when Apple weather is telling you it's going to be fire weather, you know it's going to be good. Oh wait, they mean fire isn't really hot? Oh well, with a 4:45 AM wake up, I knew we had a long day ahead of us. So let's get on the road and I'll tell you a bit about the route.
Off we go, 150k to go, 2,000 meters elevation. It's gonna be a big one.
Where I'm from, tell them this is New York. We from the home of the biggie, people blowing they ciggies. And these girls going wild cause they flashing they this litty. Watch your steps cause these blocks be. We grew up on that bad boy in 96 with Diddy. Take a walk, come with me, let me show you what really go down. Fiends on the corner, every hood got a deli or crowns. Cops pull us over, it don't matter if you black or you brown. City never sleeps, this the place that where hip hop was found.
So what do we have on the book today? We've got a 150 kilometer ride with 2,000 meters elevation. Sounds challenging, right? Well, there's a little bit more complexity to it. We have a ferry that is at 90 kilometers that we need to catch. That takes us from Ettalong all the way to Palm Beach. The ferry's at 9:30, it's 90 kilometers into the ride, and if we miss that ferry, we have to wait an hour and a half to the next one. So, 4 hours to go 90 kilometers, that's not too bad. But between us and there's 2 major climbs, and there's not a huge amount of spare time in there for things like flat tires and mechanical issues. We're going to have to lean into the teamwork aspect of cycling, making sure that everyone's calling out things like potholes and potential hazards which might cause flat tires, and also utilising the draft within the group. Alright, let's get going. We greedily gobbled up the kilometers, and before we knew it, we were at Hawkesbury River and crossing Brooklyn Bridge. That's 45 kilometers in the bag, halfway to the ferry. It was cool in the morning, but with a cloudless sky, we knew it was going to heat up quickly. The sound of the cicadas in the trees was deafening. It seems that as the temperature rose, so did the noise that they make. At some points it was so loud it felt like I couldn't even hear myself thinking. I tried a couple of times to talk to the camera, but here's what it sounds like. We slowly grinded up the first climb of the day, which is Mount White, and we regrouped at the top, and I asked a couple of riders to summarize the ride so far in one word.
Dad. Sunny. Tarun said death. Dramatic much.
This is by far one of my favorite parts of this ride. For the next 40 kilometers, it's open roads, barely any cars or traffic, beautiful bushland scenery on either side, and a fantastic group to enjoy it with.
How you feeling? Wait on this.
had been quite a while since I last did this route, but my memory did not fail me. This is definitely the best part of the ride. The bushland was lush and green, we were shaded in the trees, and I was pleasantly surprised about how good my legs felt. Something I've been very conscious of this summer is trying to hydrate well and also have good sun protection. So I've been bringing plenty of electrolytes and extra drink mix with me, making sure that I regularly top up my water bottles, and you'll see in this video that I'm wearing a long sleeve top. This is something I've never done before until this summer, but people kept telling me about how great wearing a summer long sleeve is because it protects your arms from the sun, and my personal experience from wearing long sleeves for a couple of rides this summer is that it's actually not too bad. When you're riding and you're moving and there's wind hitting you, your arms don't overheat, but I would say when you're riding slowly like up a climb or sitting around at the cafe, your arms are definitely a little bit warmer. Once we got to the coastline, it was nice and flat and we powered through the kilometers to get to Edlong. That was 90 kilometers, and guess what? We finished it with 40 minutes to spare. We thought this is a perfect opportunity to reward ourselves with a cafe stop, but as it would turn out, we would be deprived.
So because it's Boxing Day, most places are closed. So we're going to the only open cafe right now. All right, I take that back. The only cafe is obviously very busy today and our ferry's in 30 minutes. So we're gonna go to IGA, the local grocery shop.
I'll tell you what though, if you're a hungry cyclist, anything will do. And some lollies, chips and energy drinks from a supermarket would have to do. I took this opportunity to ask some people how they were feeling.
All right, one word for the ride so far.
Fantastic.
Hot. Hot. Mate, it's not even over 30 yet. The duality of the cyclist diet.
And I also observed some interesting snacks that I've never seen anyone eat before.
You got the cake. Yeah.
What we didn't eat on the spot, we took over to the ferry.
One word for the ride. Cooking. Absolutely cook. That's more than one word.
To say that I ate a lot of food on the ferry is an understatement. I absolutely gorged myself on snacks, cheese and bacon rolls, lolly snakes, some strawberries. But this is exactly what I needed because this is a 30-minute ferry ride, so when I get off this boat, I'm gonna be ready to go. It was a cracking day on the ferry. The swell was a little bit high, but we had lots of fun. Since all the groups were riding separately, this is our one opportunity during the ride for people to catch up with people in other groups, and it was a fantastic social opportunity. But alas, all good things have to come to an end, and the ferry ride cost us about $17. We got off at Palm Beach, took a group photo, and we went our separate ways. And while we have about 50 kilometers left of this ride, it's not all smooth sailing. Someone cheeky decided to put McCar's Creek climb in the very end.
Ah, cheeky boy.
So in that last 50 kilometers, we have about 800 meters elevation. It would seem that my overfueling and hydration strategy worked out very well, and I did the last climb without feeling too fatigued. With that being said though, our perfect recipe of a perfect ride was seemingly a little bit out of proportions. The weather was getting really hot. It was over 30 degrees, I think about 32 degrees by this time in the day. And just like having a little bit too much seasoning, I think the amount of elevation was starting to tire out a lot of people. With that being said, morale was high, everyone was really stoked with the effort so far, and once we'd gone to the top of McCar's Creek Road, it was pretty much all downhill on the way home.
Turning left. See you at Machi Machi.
Oh, cracked.
passing through Linfield now. Less than 10k to go. That's one salty boy. That's all you need to know. All good?
Yeah, I want Machi Machi.
Bye-bye. And that's it, 155k, 2,000 meters elevation. What a big day.
And you already know dinner isn't complete without a little bit of dessert. So when the ride finished, we went to our favorite local bubble tea shop, Machi Machi, for a much needed refreshment.
Hello. Oh, so pastel-y pink.
Love you so much.
So there you have it, a ride that has a little bit of everything that makes a ride great. And just enough challenge and hardship to make the ending of it feel even better. I think you'll definitely agree with me, but the secret sauce on top of the whole dish is the friends that you get to enjoy it with. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for putting up with me, goofing around, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.